Sometimes there's an assumption that all we need to do is remove God, remove in particular the Christian God, from this equation, and then kind of everything's good. But a lot of times we don't think that through more deeply. I mean, this is probably the most famous atheist in the world, and he says, we are machines for propagating DNA. It is every living object's sole reason for living. Where does that leave gay people? We sort of assume, let's just get rid of God, and then we can just affirm the value of every person. Not obviously. In fact, I would argue the opposite, that at the baseline of our morality and our desire for justice is the belief that all people are equally valuable, and that can only be true if something is equally true of every single person. All people are equally valuable. That's the foundation of all morality. And that can only be true if something is equally true of every single person. Well, what is equally true of every single one of us? If you take God out of the picture, it's really hard to say. Our natural features are all distributed along a spectrum. Some of us are taller than others and more intelligent than others and stronger than others. What is equally true of every single person, in virtue of which every single person can be equally valuable, in virtue of which we actually have this common point of agreement that there is a morality about this situation and it should align with love for the person? I think the only answer to that question is that every single one of us is loved by God and created in the image of God. That is the thing that is equally true of every single person, in virtue of which every person is equally valuable, in virtue of which we can even have this conversation about morality. So I try to take